Second contestant, Andrada. Relating is relative. Relating is relative, Andrada.
We the girls, we always speak about boys when we get together. I heard so many times the same story that I began believing that we, as women, are meant to sigh for our men and to criticize them in the same time. The female, my female friends, my colleagues, the female in my family, even my boss, who's a woman, always speak about men when they find the opportunity. And of course, men also. They make confessions to one another. This is how I decided to speak about how women relate to men and vice versa when it comes to love. Haven't you felt at some point that things are too complicated, that you don't understand anything no more? Maybe you felt confused, worried, or even panicked at some point? Well, I have news for you. We all did. And if you didn't, you're one of the lucky left in the world. Let me give you a short example. I have two colleagues at work who happen to be very good friends of mine. Those two girls are so different from one another. One is the girl you would like to present to your mother, and the other one is the kind of girl you would have fun with. You know, drink beers, go to the clubs. But what they have in common is the fact that they both have a dilemma regarding their partners. They don't know if they fit for them or not. And they always ask me for advice. One of them is in a relationship for 2 years now with a man who's running from the idea of moving from his parents. And of course, she wants for him to be with her together in an apartment. The other one, the funny girl, is in a relationship with the guy who is almost living with, but he doesn't commit to more. You know, he's the kind of girl the kind of man who always likes his freedom, his space. He's a singer, and you know, all artists are like that. And I found myself in a very difficult position when they asked me, what advice would you give us? What would you do to obtain what we want? How will we know if they fit or not? What is the answer? I find myself in a difficult position because I don't know exactly how to recognize my other half if I would have met him. So I was trying to find a solution and to solve this puzzle and to gather more information to come to a conclusion. I struggled to leave my own prejudice and to open my mind to hear and understand what others were saying when being asked by me, how would you recognize your other half? And I gathered the information. I made a resume and extract the information that was important to my research. And it's very interesting what I found. The ideas I remembered the most were the following. First, it has to be chemistry. Second, good looks, not important, but there has to be a click. He has to be different from any other. He has to be there for you, especially in difficult situations. You have to feel you evolve as a person and that kind of inner peace by his side. You don't need anything else and you don't feel the emptiness. But there was one answer that revealed to me the meaning of love, and that came from a person who luckily is in a happy and long relationship from a young age. He said to me that when it comes to love, you give without expecting anything else from the other person. And if you just want to see that person happy, then you don't feel like making a compromise. when things are not as you wished or wanted. The fact that both partners seek for the happiness of one another brings balance in their relationship, and things that once seemed complicated, they just fade away. Now returning to the women that I hear all day about complaining and talking about relationships and how complicated they are, I believe that one day they will discover that complications are not related to the situation created, but to the person involved. Now, if you were me, and now you heard everything I discovered by my own, what advice would you give to those women out there, and of course to my other two friends? What advice would you give them in order for them to be happier? Now you have all the pieces of the puzzle. It's up to you to figure out what pieces are important, to solve the puzzle, and to find your own answer. And don't forget, it takes two for a tango. Thank you.